All right, welcome to The Explainer. Think about how often you click subscribe on something. It's almost muscle memory, right? But what's really going on behind that click? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the digital subscription contract. And trust me, it's a journey that's way more fascinating than you might think.
You know, it feels so instant. You click the button and boom, you're in. But that one single click is actually the starting pistol for this incredibly structured, totally automated process. It's like a complex digital handshake that makes sure everything, from your billing to your actual service, is going to work perfectly. So, to really get a handle on this, we're going to follow a story. Let's imagine a company, Martex Corp, just landed a new customer, McFarland Systems. We're going to watch step by step as their new subscription is born, comes to life, and gets managed. At the absolute center of this universe is the subscription contract. Now, this is way more than just a receipt. Think of it as the constitution for the entire relationship. It is the one and only single source of truth that dictates everything that's about to happen. Okay, so here we go. A user over at Martex is in their system, creating the new order. They plug in McFarland Systems as the customer, they add the Workplace Solution product, and they configure it as a premium subscription. They even assign a unique technical ID to track it. Then, once it's all ready, they hit Save and Submit. And bam! The second they click that button, the system generates this massive, unique number. This isn't just a random transaction ID. This is literally the birth certificate for this subscription contract. The official relationship now has a permanent digital home. Now, here's a really critical point. The contract has been created, sure, but it's not really alive yet. It's kind of in a digital waiting room. The systems that actually handle the billing and track usage have no idea it even exists. So how does everyone get the memo? That's the job of the Order Distribution Infrastructure, or ODI. You can think of it as the central nervous system for the whole platform. It's a digital courier that takes that new contract data and perfectly delivers it to every other system that needs to know. And if you could peek under the hood, this is what you'd see. The ODI is running down a very specific checklist. Okay, copy the customer's data. Check. Wake up the financial system. Check. Activate the contract and the charging system. Check. Every single step gets logged and verified. And this right here shows you the transformation. Before the ODI did its job, the contract status was just pending. But once every step on that checklist is successfully completed, the status officially flips to technically active. The digital handshake is now complete. Once it's technically active, the lights are on. McFarland Systems can start using the service, and Martex Corp can start the billing clock. But you know, a subscription is a living, breathing thing. The story definitely doesn't end here. Exactly. I mean, life happens. Customers want to upgrade their plan, or maybe they need to cancel. So how does a system that's built on this permanent source of truth handle something as normal as change without causing total chaos? Well, this is where the design gets really smart. The system is built on a simple but powerful principle. The original contract is sacred. It's immutable. Like a signed legal document, you can't just go back with an eraser and change a clause. This is absolutely key to keeping a perfect, trustworthy history. So instead of letting someone make a risky manual edit, the system forces every change through a formal change process. Any modification, big or small, requires creating a temporary change order. It's a safe, controlled, and completely auditable way to amend the original agreement. And the beauty of this is its consistency. It doesn't matter what you're doing, canceling, upgrading, whatever, the framework is always the same. You select the process, you create a temporary change order to make your edits, and you submit it to make the update official. It's a standardized, error-proof approach. And here are the most common events you'd see. If you want to extend a contract, you use the contract extension process. Need to cancel? There's a cancellation process. Want to swap one product for another? That's a product change. Each one is handled with the same precision as the original sale. Now, this is probably the coolest part. When a change gets submitted, the system doesn't just overwrite the old info. Instead, it creates a brand new time slice. Think of it like adding a dated amendment to a will. The old terms are preserved forever, and the new terms become active from that point forward. It creates a perfect, unbroken timeline of the contract's entire life. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. All this structure, all these rigid rules and formal processes, you might be thinking it sounds a bit complicated. So why on earth go to all this trouble? What's the big picture payoff here? Well, It's because this framework is what creates an unshakable system of record. And that matters a lot. It guarantees your billing and services are always perfectly in sync. It gives you a flawless audit trail. It prevents those tiny manual errors that can end up costing a fortune. But most importantly, this rock-solid foundation is what allows a business to automate and scale, managing millions of subscriptions with total confidence.
And that kind of leaves us with a pretty big thought. As everything in our world becomes a subscription, our software, our media, maybe even our cars one day, the hidden structure of these digital contracts, the rules for how they're born and how they change, that is what will fundamentally define our relationship with the companies we do business with every single day.